here. Now broadcasting somewhere in Northern California.
In the bowels, right to the belly of the beast.
Inside his command post. Somewhere in the brick and steel of a nondescript building. We have made contact with him. Don Rob. Don Rob Flixx.
What's up, everybody? This is Don Rob right here over at the POdCAST. Thank you for coming, and I just wanted to thank the new subscribers to the channel in the last couple of days. I really appreciate it and all the new views, and I just want to remind you that you can see me on every single podcast platform that's available. Actually, not see me. You can hear me on every audio platform that's out there right now. There's the list right here. So it just all went live actually, I think yesterday. So I just want to say thank you for coming, and I just want to remind you that that is there now, and you can play me in your car, play me wherever you want, and or just save them. And if you're flying around or whatever the fuck you're doing, man, you can just chime in and listen to me. So we have a lot to talk about today. I mean, we can go into Carmelo Anthony. We could go into all these deportations. I mean, we can go in, talk about El Salvador, Trump, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, all these crazy protests that are going on out there, RFK Jr., banning food dyes. There's so much we could talk about right now, man. But you know what? I don't want to talk about any of that. I want to talk about Shannon Sharpe. And actually, we're really not even talking about Shannon Sharpe today. I was doing a lot of research for this podcast thinking, I want to talk about some of those other topics, but I don't. Something really bothered me during my research this week. And basically, man, I don't like undercover haters, and but I do like when they expose themselves, like this guy right here.
Welcome to Fearless with Jason Whitlock. I am Jason Whitlock, your host. Shannon Sharpe is back in the news cycle again. I don't think anyone should be surprised what he's in the news cycle for. There are allegations against Shannon Sharpe. A woman has filed a $50 million lawsuit and accusing Shannon Sharpe of anal rape. And anyway, it's an ugly lawsuit. Shannon Sharpe has responded, he and his lawyers, very, very aggressively. They are not holding back here. They're trying to put a stop to this as soon as possible. And so yesterday, when news was breaking out about this lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, the ESPN broadcaster, the host of Club Shay Shay, the host of Nightcap, the media mogul, the hottest star in all of sports media, in my opinion, when these allegations came out yesterday, Shannon Sharpe, through his attorney, Lanny J. Davis, did they respond. They released a bunch of text messages allegedly from the alleged victim that paint her in a very sexually aggressive light. I will not read all of the text messages, but I'll just read some of them to give you a flavor for how aggressively Shannon Sharpe is trying to put this thing down and trying to destroy her credibility. I know you missed this big, juicy ASS, $25K for each cheek. That's a text message from this Gabriella Zuniga, I think is her name, on January 1, 2025. That's just where they started out. No, actually where they started out was, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me. That's on October 7th, 2023. This is a woman that Shannon Sharpe allegedly met when she was 19, 20 years old, I believe, in Los Angeles at a gym. Shannon Sharpe is 56, 57 years old now. He met this woman in the past couple of years. They both, according to this lawsuit, are back and forth, moved to Nevada and have been carrying on a sexual relationship, pretty explicit or pretty freaky sexual relationship for a long time. And so my reaction to this is that I'm sure these are birds of a feather flocking together. Shannon's defense here seems pretty aggressive, and he's probably winning the argument at the moment. But the lawyer involved, Tony Busby, is the lawyer that brought down Deshaun Watson. That's who's working with this alleged victim. And if we know anything about Tony Busby, his tactic is he's trying to fan the flames, and he's trying to attract other victims to reach out to him to build a case against Shannon Sharpe, to basically Deshaun Watson, Shannon Sharpe, or Bill Cosby, Shannon Sharpe, or Harvey Weinstein, Shannon Sharpe. So Shannon Sharpe and his lawyers have shot down the first alleged victim. Tony Busby is banking on that there are multiple alleged victims who will reach out to him. Shannon Sharpe, it was in the news cycle in the last 3 to 4 days about he's expecting to sign a $100 million media contract. And so any woman that's had a problem with Shannon Sharpe thinks and possibly is speculating on, like, hey, I had a problem with Shannon Sharpe. He's about to get $100 million. Tony Busby is looking for alleged victims. And if we know anything about Shannon Sharpe and his media career and his public life, again, what was it? In the last 6 to 8 to 10 months, Shannon Sharpe accidentally leaked a sex tape that most people believe was intended to dispute rumors that Shannon Sharpe was gay, because he was running around with his gay hairstylist or gay stylist sitting courtside at NBA games with the guy that I think his name's Hollywood, and he used to be attached to an NFL safety.
So what did you notice? The very first thing that I noticed, every time he mentioned that attorney, not one single time did he mention that that was the attorney that did the frivolous lawsuit against Jay-Z. He never mentioned it. You know he knows it. I mean, he has to know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that. And he never even mentioned it, man. I mean, it's obvious that they must have worked together. And actually, as I dug deeper into, this topic, I did realize that they did work together at Fox. So maybe there's some inner hate there. I don't know. But to me, it seems like this guy wants to be a witness in the civil case. And for some of you out there that you don't know what's going on here, Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay, he's in the middle of working a $100 million deal right now. The day after he announced his $100 million deal, just one day after, he gets hit with a $50 million civil case. Now, some of you out there are thinking, it's civil though, it's fake. Look, there's a lot of cases out there, man, where, people get caught up in civil cases first and then criminal comes second. Sometimes, criminal can come first and you can still lose and get taken to civil court and win. Opposite. You could win in criminal and lose in civil. The best example, OJ. We all remember what happened to OJ. I mean, unless you're, a lot younger. And if you are, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this. But I mean, he's a prime example, man. OJ, he won the criminal, lost the civil. So just, keep that in mind. All right. So, but let's forget that. We're running off topic right now. Let's get back into Jason Whitlock. Watch a little bit more of this undercover hater, this wannabe witness to testify for this girl. Let's go back into him again. Look at this.
They made the news cycle. This guys that were built like Shannon Sharpe, this stylist, there's the stylist sitting to the left or to the right of Shannon Sharpe. Hollywood had a sexual affair. What was his name? Kerry Rhodes, I believe, the NFL safety, built a lot like Shannon Sharpe. They were in a long-term relationship that ended poorly, and Shannon Sharpe started parading around the country with the guy, or parading around Los Angeles and events with the guy, and it just raised a lot of eyebrows. And Shannon Sharpe eventually had a sex tape leaked, or a sex audio tape leaked, with a woman calling herself Michelle to dispute these rumors about Shannon being gay. But Shannon has had a long, sordid history with women, like a lot of athletes, like a lot of men who exercise no sexual discipline. But if you go back to his career at CBS Sports, where that ended because of allegations from women, there's a pattern here. And so today, when Shannon Sharpe was, by all news reports, back on First Take today, one day after someone files a $50 million lawsuit accusing you of rape, one day after you release text messages, highly sexual text messages from the alleged victim, ESPN, all systems go. And the reason why I'm critical of ESPN or just like raise a side eye is this, like, okay, maybe this woman is lying, but anybody with a brain knows that Shannon Sharpe has had a long, sordid history with women making allegations about him and lawsuits being settled. This is an open secret. And so, yes, he has proven that this 19, 20, 21-year-old woman clearly wanted to have sex with him, but I'm not sure if he's out of the woodworks just yet. I'm not sure if he's out of danger just yet, because this is Tony Busby's strategy. Create controversy around some male athlete with no sexual discipline and see what crawls out of the woodwork. Well, Tony Busby and the Me Too movement and women coming out of the closet and out of the woodwork to make allegations about Shannon Sharpe, will that catch Shannon Sharpe up? And will he face the same fate as a Bill Cosby, a Harvey Weinstein, a Deshaun Watson?
For those of you that don't know who Jason Whitlock is, I think he was canceled in 2020 for some, he said some stuff. I don't know exactly what he said. And I'm sure some of the things that he said he shouldn't have. I don't believe anybody should be canceled. Definitely, I don't believe anybody should be canceled. If you know me or know my politics, I'm against that 100%. Just 100% against that, man. You don't cancel anybody. I mean, you let people say whatever they want to say. I mean, look who I manage. I manage Brother Lynch Hung. You know what I mean? If anyone's going to get canceled, it's me and him. But he's grandfathered in, so that's not happening. But anyways, hey, what's up, everybody? This is Don Rob over here at Don Rob Flixx Take Podcast. I just wanted to remind you that, don't forget, we're being sponsored by these guys right here. So make sure you go over there, take a look at it. It's sicktv.com by Brother Lynch Hung. That's SICCTEEVEE.com. sicktv.com. Go there, take a look at it. Basically, it's a hood version of Netflix is really what it is. And there's also a merch store. Get some shit over there. So go take a look. Let's get back to the podcast. This guy's a secret hater, man. This guy's an undercover hater, man. I mean, it's just obvious. And I mean, look at the network he works for now, man. I mean, the people that's on the network with him. I mean, you got this guy here. You got this other dude here. I mean, you got Tucker Carlson's biological stepson. I mean, the crazy fucker. This guy here. Look.
Good evening, honorable council members of Flower Mound. I am Primetime 99 Alex Stein, your prophet of truth in a cesspool of cosmic lies. And I stand before you, trembling with righteous fury, to expose the intergalactic abomination that threatens our souls. You've all seen the media attention of Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin space mission last week, but I'm here to rip the veil off this satanic charade. A phallic-shaped rocket, a throbbing monument to Bezos' ego, carrying a coven of space harlots.
Whoa. That's amazing.
Lesbian pop star icon Katy Perry, Oprah's secret lover Gayle King, and Jeff's AI program sex puppet Lauren Sanchez. And that's hard for me to say because I love big booty Latinas, but it's true. These Jezebels didn't go to space. They staged a blasphemous ritual in the firmament to mock God and harvest our despair and tighten Bezos' chokehold on humanity's spirit, all to outshine Elon Musk in their billionaire blood feud. I've studied every space mission since the Nazis slithered over here in Operation Paperclip to fake the Apollo landings. And those swastika-loving freaks at least had the decency to wear bulky spacesuits with kooky boots, because Hitler worshipped footwear even more than he worshipped large ovens. But listen, I digress. But these Blue Origin bimbos, they pranced in spacesuits with plunging necklines, cleavage-defying gravity like an OnlyFans live stream from hell. Women belong in the kitchens, not the cosmos. And I'm sorry if that's disrespectful, but excuse my truth. But I'd rather keep our big booty Latinas earthbound than deport them to this demonic farce. This isn't a mission. It's black magic. It's a sex ritual, a cosmic orgy to siphon our Amazon Prime paychecks and bottle our hopelessness in a jar for Bezos' pentagram-shaped boardroom. Last week, I screamed this truth at the Grapevine City Council. She kissed a girl and she likes it. I mean, Mary Tate, I don't want a bunch of lesbians. And the people roared in agreement, their eyes open to the Illuminati's playbook. To the sheeple, like some of you, it was just a couple girl bosses soaring to the stars. But in reality, it was a blood-soaked sacrifice to Moloch. And now the proof is undeniable. That's right. Listen to me. Follow me. This is the proof. This is the proof. This morning, the Vatican announced Pope Francis's death at 3:46 a.m. Eastern. How much time do I have left?
30 seconds.
Eastern. Exactly 6 days, 6 hours, and 6 minutes after the Blue Origin's rocket landed on April 14th at 9:40 a.m. 666. Do you hear the devil's laughter, council? This isn't coincidence. It's a calculated murder. Those space succubi with their glittery claws snuffed out the Pope's holy light to fuel Bezos' quest for global domination, with his bald head gleaming.
All right, your 3 minutes are up. Your 3 minutes are up, sir.
One last sentence, like his bald head gleaming. Like
no, sir. I said your 3 minutes are up. Your 3 minutes are up.
So this is the guy that always has Charleston White on. And he always interviews Charleston White. If you don't know who that is, this is Charleston White right here.
Austin Metcalf. You see the boy in Frisco stabbed to death by Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah. My heart goes out to the family. They trying to make this a race issue, and this is a right or wrong issue.
So, Jason Whitlock, man, it's obvious he's an undercover hater. Let's go into the audio, the phone call, or whatever this is right here, because I have a little take on this right here, and I think Jason Whitlock's the person that the female that works side by side with him as a co-host on his little raggedy podcast that he has, even though mine's a raggedy podcast, but I mean, he's Jason Whitlock, man. I mean, he was on Fox and he's doing no different than what I'm doing now. Right. So, but let's listen to this audio right here. I mean, just here.
You give me a hint, but let's play the one you think I should see first. This is all happening live, or he just put out these statements. Let's play the first one first, and we'll react to that. Then we'll play the second video.
Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
I'm not sure if this, Shannon and them fired at this woman. Not surprised they fired back with an audio tape. I'm not sure if posting this video was a smart play for Shannon Sharpe. Shamika, your thoughts?
When I heard the video, I went through a range of emotions, honestly, Jason. And when I heard the video, my first thought was, I'm going down. I was like, okay, Shannon is going down.
So it's obvious to me. I mean, I could be completely wrong right here, but to me, it seems like they were flirting with each other right there. That's my take on it. I mean, it sounded kind of, hanky-panky to me. Didn't it to you a little bit? It sounded like, it sounded like what this girl right here is saying, Jason Whitlock's, co-podcaster.
But as I'm hearing the video, I'm wondering when he says put out the entire video, what the context was, because what kind of choking are we talking about? It's not always bad.
That's how I look at it.
I just really want to get more information because I am one of these people that I don't believe all women. I do feel like women come for money. I don't like when women hold these type of allegations and don't say anything for years. I understand the whole I may be afraid, but tell somebody. You didn't tell your best friend or anyone that can actually corroborate the story. I just don't like when this happens. So I am going to be one of these people to wait to see what information comes out, because I do think that he could have been saying, you want me to choke you when I see you, and it's like a little game they play because she's been bad. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Instantly, that's what I thought right when I heard it. But I could be wrong. She could be wrong. But so, what's your take on that? Do we got the same take? I think we might have the same take, right? What do you think? It's ridiculous, man. I mean, obviously, it's a money grab. It's a hustle move. Keep in mind who this attorney is. This is what this guy does. But this guy, man, he's basically an ambulance chaser on a higher level and will go after anybody with money. I think this guy found a niche is what's happening here. It's kind of obvious he found a niche, but I don't know, man. What's your take on all that? I'm a little bothered with Jason Whitlock, man. It really bothers me how it's obvious that he's a hater. And I mean, look at his face. Look at his face when she's talking. Look at him. He looks like a fool because he realized it right when she said it. He's like, huh. But you could tell, he's probably not been with many women or something. Women don't chase a guy like him. Even I'm sure they do, actually. I mean, there's gold diggers out there that will, chase a 95-year-old man, right? So, I mean, they'll definitely chase Jason Whitlock, but he's pretty square, so I don't think he's going to let that happen, and they kind of already know that maybe. But even though the square people are usually, some of the scariest people, they got a lot more, skeletons in the closet than the average. I mean, look at all those Republican, from back in the day, all those Republican senators and congressmen that would go into the bathrooms and, they were known for tapping their feet, to get blowjobs or whatever from another dude, and they were all, Bible thumpers and, and all their talk about, no gay people this, gay people that, blah, 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 and they're in the bathroom tapping their feet, what
You're great? Yes. All right. You have sorry about that. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer now or have a lawyer present now or at any time during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you without cost. Do you understand each of these rights if I explain them to you?
I do.
Do you wish to talk to us at this time?
I do.
Okay. I just want to start off with your side of the story. And in the bathroom.
I went in the bathroom.
And then what did you do?
I stood beside the wall waiting for a stall to open. I got in a stall, sat down. I started to go to the bathroom. Did our feet come together? Apparently they did bump. I don't dispute that.
Okay, when I got out of the stall, I noticed other stalls were open.
They were at the time. At the time I entered, I stood and waited.
Okay.
They were all busy, you know.
Were you looking at me while you were waiting? I could see your eyes. I say you plant your fingers and look up. Place your fingers.
Did I glance at your stall? I was glancing at a stall right beside yours, waiting for a fellow to empty it. I saw him stand up, and therefore I thought it was going to empty.
Okay. How long do you think you stood outside the stall?
Oh, a minute or two at the most.
Okay. When you went in the stall, then what?
Fight you in court? Sat down?
No. You do anything to go to court unless you want me there.
I don't want to be in court. I don't know. I don't know.
Here's the way it works.
I'm a fairly wide guy.
I understand.
I tend to spread my legs when I lower my pants so they won't slide.
Okay.
Did I slide them too close to yours? I looked down once your foot was close to mine. Yes. Did we bump? You said so. I don't recall that, but apparently we were close.
Yeah. Well, your foot did touch mine on my side of the stall.
All right.
Okay. And then with the hand, how many times did you put your hand into the stall?
I don't recall. I remember reaching down once. There was a piece of toilet paper back behind me and picking it up.
Okay. Was your palm down or up when you were doing that?
I don't recall.
Okay. I saw
my right hand was next to you.
I could tell it was I could tell it was your left hand because your thumb was positioned in a faceward motion. Your thumb was on this side, not on this side.
Well, we can dispute that. I'm not going to fight you in court. But I reached down with my right hand to pick up the paper.
What I'm telling you is I could see that, so I know it was your left hand. Also, I could see a gold ring on this finger. So it's obvious it was a left hand.
Well, okay. My left hand was in the direct opposite of the stall from you.
Okay. You travel through here frequently, correct?
I do. Almost weekly.
Have you been successful in these bathrooms here before?
I go to that bathroom regularly in the morning.
I mean for any type of other
No,
activity.
absolutely not. I don't seek activity in bathrooms.
It's embarrassing.
Well, it's embarrassing for both. I'm not going to fight you.
I know you're not going to fight me, but that's not the point. I would respect you, and I still respect you. I don't disrespect you, but I'm disrespected right now, and I'm not trying to act like I have all kinds of power or anything, but you're sitting here lying to a police officer. It's not a testament that I'm getting from somebody else. I'm experienced to this. I'm trained at this, and I know what I'm doing. And I saw you put your hand under there, and you're going to sit there.
I admit I put my hand down.
You put your hand and rubbed it on the bottom of the stall with your left hand.
Now wait a moment.
And I'm not dumb. You can say I don't recall.
If I had turned sideways, that was the only way I could get my left hand over there.
Not that hard for me to reach over my answer to that. It's not that hard. I see it happen every day out here now.
Okay, you do.
I guess I'm going to say I'm just disappointed in you, sir. I just really am. I expect this from the guy that we get out of the hood, but I mean, people vote for you.
Yes, they do on a regular basis.
Unbelievable.
And I'm a respectable person, and I don't do these kinds of...
And I do respect right now, though.
But I didn't use my left hand. I rolled down with my right hand like this to pick up a piece of paper.
Was your gold ring on your right hand at any time today?
Of course not. Try to get it off. Look at it.
Okay, then it was your left hand. I saw it with my own eyes.
All right, you saw something that didn't happen.
Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I wonder why we're going down the streets. You have anything to add?
No. All right.
Embarrassing.
I mean, these people, they're all hypocrites, man. Both sides are hypocrites. You know, that's my take on that. That's probably what he's embarrassed about right now. You know, the truth came out that, you know, he likes to choke women out, and he's a little freaky deaky, and, you know, she's probably like 20, 21 years old. That's my understanding. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, let's listen to his boy.
Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother. Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother, on one condition. I'm getting text messages from all over the African universe telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm getting text messages telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm going to stand with my uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with my uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with Uncle Shay Shay on one condition. Uncle Shay Shay, No more snow bunnies after this scandal. If you cannot promise me that you will never seek the company of another snow bunny, I cannot stand with you. Uncle Shay Shay. Uncle Shay Shay. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. But Uncle Shay Shay, no more bunnies after this. Can somebody confirm if he's being accused by snow bunnies or Afro-Queens? Is Uncle Shannon being accused of snow bunnies or Afro-Queens? Who can confirm? Does anybody know the race of Uncle Shay Shay's accusers? Are they black or are they white? Are they black? Is this a rice bunny situation? Is this a snow bunny situation? Is this a sand bunny situation? Is this a salsa bunny situation? I need to know the race of Uncle Shay Shay's accusers. Was Shannon Sharpe accused by the rice? Was Shannon Sharpe accused by the ice? Was Shannon Sharpe accused by the snow? Was Shannon Sharpe accused by the sand? Or was he accused by the salsa? I'm standing with Uncle Shannon because I don't like when black men get taken down. I got to stand by him. Yes, he's a lifetime snow bunny hopper. Yes, he's a lifetime snow bunny hopper, but that's my brother. Uncle Shannon Sharpe is my brother. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe until the facts prove otherwise. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe until the facts prove otherwise. Black Queens, Uncle Shay Shay. I'm riding with Uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm not going to never laugh at a black man when he's down. I'm standing with Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, you must never snow bunny again after this, my brother. All sisters. Uncle Shay Shay, we're going to ride with you, Uncle Shay Shay. The unapologetically African alpha males are going to ride with you, Uncle Shay Shay. No more snow bunnies after this, my brother. That's it. Your snow bunny card has been revoked. You should have never had one in the first place. Your snow bunny card is being revoked. You should have never had one.
So what's your take on that? We got the same take. I think we might have the same take, right? What do you think? I don't know, man. What's your take on all that? I'm a little bothered with Jason Whitlock, man. I could be wrong, but I just think Jason Whitlock is an undercover hater, and I can't stand undercover haters, man. I really can't. And speaking of undercover haters, let's get into the next topic. This guy.
Well, that's because they fucking, dude, we're making less than 1/3 of 1 penny. So my belief is that we're making far less than that.
Right. So what do you think the fix is for that?
I think that people have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I agree with him right there, 100%. Travis is a brilliant business mind. He really is. That guy. My understanding, he took, a little money and turned it into a lot of money, just like Trump. People want to, say what they say about Trump. They're like, oh, he was given like $1 million or 10 million or 20 million from his dad. And that's why, he's big. I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever met any trust fund babies, but I've met trust fund babies. And, there's a lot of them out there that blow all their trust. They blow all their money, a lot more than 10 or 20 or $30 million. And they blow it quick in like 5 years, if not sooner. So, with that said, man, I mean, yeah, you can hate on Trump, but you can't be mad when someone flips 10 million into billions. That's just a hater like Jason Whitlock, and I'm not a hater like that. But, what bothered me about this right here, what he said after watching the full interview, and don't get me wrong, man, I know this guy. I've worked with this guy. I've sat in the office with this guy. I've talked to this guy. I've heard this guy, do what you're about to see right here in the next clip. But what bothered me was sometimes people don't know how to read the room. How are you gonna like talk about how you make no money from Spotify. There's no money to be made. And talking about certain artists that you got to cut because you're not making profits with them anymore. All this shit. I mean, when you in the same interview.
So we were talking about the collectibles, which is fine. All 4 of those containers are completely full of collectibles. Babe Ruth, one of one jersey, baseballs, movie memorabilia. That stuff's fine.
Y'all see that?
Interesting and crazy.
Man, so you got some toys.
I do, man. I've got everything imaginable. Some of these are my sons, and then we got the 700s. We got the new Polaris Razors. I've also got the Can-Am Maverick 4x. You got the Rolls Royce Cullinan. You got everything Hellcat. So that's a Durango Hellcat. That's also a last call vehicle. And then I've got Hayabusa over there. Back in the back over there, Hayabusa. That's a street bike. I've got the another chopper made by Kim Suter. That one won that show Biker Build Off. I've got the Harley Davidson Screaming Eagle. And then I set my son up back here. I also have all these automatic. I went to Colorado and rode some automatic Can-Am 4-wheelers. So I had to come back. My wife's like, I love that. So now and then I also, man, if you're not into it, you need to be e-bikes.
I got love for you, Trav, but come on, man. You got to read the room, man. You got to read the room.
When weather's right, I'll put 50 miles on these bikes. I set him up, man, with bike shops. So we have all the tools, all the shit. So I'm teaching him how to work on things and take care of things. You know what I mean? I told him to get up. I told him I had a flat tire. I said, man, you got to get a fixed tire. These over here, so that's a Hellcat. That's a Hellcat wide body last call jailbreak version. These are 2 Lamborghini Urus Performantes, same year. This color's great. That's my thing. I couldn't decide on what color.
So I got one of each.
Thinking, hey, when I get here, I'll find out which one I like the most. Now I fucking like both of them. So I'm keeping both, but eventually I'll shed one. This is the 750S, so this is the one that is the newest version of the McLaren. I sold my Senna, but I still love McLaren, so I bought this. I love this car. This car's fun as hell to drive, man. It's fast, lightweight, crazy power. This one is a 750. Their numbers represent what their horsepower is. This one's like 450. Most of the cars that brand new Ferrari SF90 Spider, I think I got 700 something in it. And that thing I got in there 600 because I'm a black badge. The inside of that's insane. These here about 340, 350 piece. MC20 is like I would do all my cars. Look at all the carbon fiber. It's just and so I end up racking them up. This one here. So this is that's a 632 cubic inch Copo Camaro. So it's not street legal. When you buy it, you don't get a title. All you get is a parts receipt. It doesn't have mirrors. It doesn't have fucking radio. But what it does have is over 1,000 horsepower and a 632 cubic inch engine with a 6-gallon fuel cell, along with wheelie bars and a parachute to slow your ass down.
That's crazy.
So that car, that one I've driven it locally, even though I'm not supposed to, and I pushed it up to like 130 or something like that. But it's just I can pull the wheels off the ground. Well, that's the cool part about that car, and it's the loudest car I've ever owned. God damn, it's loud. Ferrari. This here is a SF90 Spider, overdone to death, carbon fiber everywhere. I just got this a couple weeks ago. So it's both. It's got the 760 horsepower naturally aspirated, and it has the electric as well. So it's kind of hybrid. And same thing like the Revolto is coming out through Lamborghini, 1,015 horsepower. Same thing. That one has the standard 12 along with the electrification. So this is both. This is a great car, but it's one of those ones that I ordered just to get my numbers up at Ferrari, so I can order shit that I want. So I order everything that they come out with. Man, I wish I had another car. I got a brand new V12 here, same way. Their SUV. Thing's amazing, man. I love it. It's at the PBS shop right now. This is the this is the F8. So this is a naturally aspirated, the last naturally aspirated car.
What does that mean, naturally aspirated?
So just it's no electrification, no electric engines, naturally aspirated, gas, carbon. So and then the cars.
I love all of these cars.
But I really enjoy that McLaren. I really enjoy 1,000 horsepower launch edition truck. I like one. This is the 3X truck, and I bought this 850 horsepower, amazingly fast. The Mustang, that's my daughter. I gave her that and another SUV on her 60th birthday, and she don't drive that much. She asked me to put it up here, so that's just her Mustang for her 60th birthday. The only car I have to give out of warranty is that's a 2015 Z0607. It's only got like 1,900 miles on it, but that's a race car essentially. And my son loves it, so I decided to keep it with attention. I won't give it to him until he's like 20 something because it's too much power. Of course. Then
don't judge me. But I think they're
fun as fuck. You remember the old kiddie buses or the beach buses? So I got this one. I ordered 2 of them because I was going to get my daughter one, and then I'm turning that into a Lilo and Stitch mobile. So I'm putting a big ass Stitch on the side and Hawaiian flowers. So I got the unfurls and then so that is a 2024 Z0607 Corvette. That car is insanely fast. Maserati Gran Turismo. And this thing I just got in last week. This is the new all-electric Charger. This is a Scat Pack version Stage 2, 670 horsepower. And did this crazy ass thing where they did like an exhaust system. And listen to this wild ass shit. That's just funny to me.
Is that a speaker?
So I mean, do you see what I'm saying there? I mean, how are you going to go from complaining and then you go to boasting like this and showing off? You know what I mean? Like, oh, all those containers over there, those are all collectibles, and these are all my cars, $10 million worth of cars. It's like, man, bro, come on, man. Come on. I mean, that's I don't know, man. Usually that's new money that does that, and I know he's not new money. So I don't know why he's doing it other than he thinks it's cool. You know what I mean? But look, Trav, learn how to read the room, man. When you do an interview, you don't go from talking about how you don't make any money on your business and how you're not making money with these artists, and then you show off all this shit that you've obviously been building up over all the years. You know what I mean? So how much money have you been making, and how much extra money have you been making off all these artists? You know what I'm saying? That you did not pay them. We'll go deeper into that some other time, but let's move topics. Let's jump over to a funny topic. You guys ever watch the Whatever podcast? Look, when I travel a lot, like I was telling you on the last episode, I mean, every week or I'm in a different state, different city. That's what I do. I travel a lot, man. So I'm in a lot of hotel rooms. Yeah, I mean, hotel rooms. I'm more comfortable in a hotel room than I am in my own spot. This Whatever podcast right here, man. It's a funny podcast. Basically, this guy, he brings in a group of every episode. He brings in like 5 or 8 or 10 girls, all from OnlyFans, and then a few girls might be, some Christians. And look, let's just watch a quick.
Case in point here, right? I think Lily Phillips is on the show today because she's famous, because she wants to fuck 1,000 guys, right? And she just had a bunch of viral clips. That's why I think she's here. I don't think that she's here for the nefarious reason of Brian wanting to push her buttons. I don't think that that's particularly even.
I'm here to debate important issues.
Right? We haven't actually had any insulting exchanges.
Yes, you actually called her dumb. Very loud and clear.
I didn't call her dumb.
Definitely did. It was
stupid or dumb,
one or the other. Yeah, you did.
No, I called Chair 1 dumb.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with her. I haven't been disrespectful.
You can excuse every insult you make. It's incredible. I have to give you credit for that.
What have I done? Because I'm patched in remotely.
You have several conversational techniques that I could name if you'd like.
Hang on, stop. That's disrespectful. So because I've had to interject a couple of times because I'm patched in remotely, I'm not in the studio. Like, what have I actually said to you that's actually disrespectful except challenge your views? Phillips is on the show today because she's famous, because she wants to fuck 1,000 guys, right?
Just say hi really quick. Just say hi for just a second.
I would love for you to talk to me that way in front of my man.
She's already coming. She's already down. She's already bringing the...
Yeah, I would say it in front of your man. He wouldn't do shit.
Yeah, please.
Oh my...
Please. Let's test it. Please.
Where's my sing-song voice? Give me my sing-song voice.
Oh my goodness.
Where's my
sing-song? You
make a great Roman emperor.
Rachel, are you in chat? Yo, Rachel, are you in chat?
No, it's midnight. I'm heading out.
We're almost done. Wait.
No, sir.
Wait. We're almost done.
Nope.
Oh.
I mean, you got to admit, it's a little funny. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're bored, you got nothing to do, check out that Whatever podcast, man. But watching this particular podcast, I discovered a debater that he's actually kind of entertaining, but he's a little crazy, a little too much off his rocker. He's a little too religious, but he's just entertaining. I mean, look, I'll give you an example of what's entertaining about this guy, and I'll give you my take on what he's saying right here. And I want your guys' take too, but check this
all
out.
of these things are always through the prism of the feminine. So young boys, they don't do well in school. They don't do well in school because it's all programmed for the feminine. Stay still, fold your hands, right? Be quiet. Boys are rambunctious. They like to beat each other up. They like to be mischievous. They like to break things. They like to do that kind of stuff. There's no outlet for them to do that stuff. Their teachers are all women, right? There's basically all masculinity is now considered toxic. Basically all of it. The same women who are getting their double shot of espresso on the way over to the school they're about to teach at. They're 24 years old. Sometimes they're banging their own students, right? Hilariously enough. And then these people go out to Parliament. The same women will go to Parliament. They vote to send men off to war to stab each other in the face with bayonets. And you're concerned about toxic masculinity. It cracks me up. It's like the brutal savagery of men is a necessary precondition for society to exist. And we just kind of pretend like it's not. And this show should actually be an indictment on the feminine rather than the masculine, because basically masculinity is just punished everywhere all the time, nonstop. It's no wonder guys like Andrew Tate get so famous in these spaces. What's the alternative? The alternative is everything must be feminine, tone policing, nonsense like this. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so I think over the last probably 10 years, there has been what I call the pussification of men. It was everything should be about your emotions and your feelings, and men were emasculated, and this whole concept of toxic masculinity. But you can also go to war and protect and defend your family. I'm hoping we can get back there. But the two extremes right now, they're confusing men, and quite frankly, they're leaving women with few choices. And that's the real tragedy here.
You see, I completely agree with you. But Andrew, you were shaking your head quite vigorously. Why?
Yeah, well, it's just more feminine or feminist nonsense ultimately. And the covert feminism in society is big, especially on the conservative side. So here's what happens, right? Women need to have feminine virtues for men to be pursuing masculine virtues, for you to say things like, well, men, what I want is for men to protect me and I want men to make money. Well, that's great. What that ends up doing is it gives you a set of privilege in society. What do men get? What do men get for doing that for you? What are we getting from women for doing that? Are we getting chaste virgins on our wedding night? No, we're not getting chaste virgins on our wedding night. Are we getting women of great virtue? No, we're not getting women of great virtue. The idea of courtly love is supposed to be done for women of great virtue. Where are they? Well, they're nowhere. And so in modernity and society, when female conservative influencers say this, it's actually a form of covert feminism. They're saying, I want privilege in society, right? But what is it women are giving to men to get it? What are they giving them? Tell me.
Well, can I please chime in here? Yeah. I love this whole thing of like, if you're a female conservative and you don't believe that men should be douchebags, that all of a sudden you're a covert feminist. Call me a feminist. I really don't give one crap one way or another, but I can tell you this. A lot of these men, these podcast hosts on the right that like to think of themselves as these big masculine men, and what I believe I'm a woman of virtue, right? Yeah, there's the feminism. Oh, and then you're interrupting me too,
Didn't
which
take
is great.
long,
I let
did
you
it? Didn't
talk.
take
It's my
long,
turn.
did it?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to speak over a man?
Yeah, I don't care if you call me. I don't really care if you call me a
strong,
feminist.
independent woman.
Yeah. You're actually interrupting me. I didn't interrupt you when you were spewing your bullshit. So now it's my turn. Okay.
You mean the truth?
Like I said before. There we go again. Piers, I'm a woman of virtue. I happen to be independently successful. I have a husband who's not only a former professional athlete, but is currently a professional baseball coach. So is he not a masculine man? I mean, I'm confused here. What's your concept of a masculine man? Mine is a man who respects me.
Yeah, that misses the point, though. Like, you're still not contending with the argument that I'm making.
What's your point?
I'm saying inside of society, right this second, right, masculinity is not only punished, but also women on the right, covert feminists on the right, are constantly and consistently talking about how they need to have privilege in society. I want men. Their version of masculinity is men who take care of us, men who protect us, men who do all of this. Those are all duties that men have towards women. Great. What are the duties that women have towards men? What are the duties that women have towards anything? What do men get out of this arrangement? What are we getting out of this arrangement? Can you tell me?
I mean, they want. I think that there are gender roles that should be respected, but I don't think a man needs to get something out of it to be a manly man, a protector, and a provider. If you think you need to get something out of it, I quite frankly don't consider you a real man.
Yeah, so you have nothing. So you have nothing.
But we'll discuss in a moment whether Andrew Wilson is a real man.
Piers, I offer nothing. I offer nothing.
We live in a different context.
What I'm saying to you is this. It's very simple. If you look at the voting patterns of women in both the UK and the United States, they're usually the deciding vote when it comes to degeneracy. That includes it includes on the trans issue. So here you are. It's the very thing that you push for empowerment of women that is now causing your very problem. You have to now convince women. Men are already there. Men have already said, nope, we don't want this. We never wanted it.
That are claiming
it's garbage.
To be women.
Yeah, apart from the women who are claiming to be men, which now it's almost equalized. Remember that part? Right? This phenomenon, though, is categorically rejected by men and reinforced by women. And TERFs like you did everything that you could possibly do in order to push that. You did everything you could do to push that. And now you get to reap the whirlwind. So I don't care if women in their sports teams are getting their teeth kicked in. I don't care. Reap what you sow. As you sow, so shall you reap. And you get exactly what you deserve.
You seem like a lovely person.
I'm sorry that you have to deal with the consequences of your own actions.
Either you support women or you don't. And I'm not talking about the trans argument right now.
Not only is it not a silly term, it is true that most of the political pundit women on the right are covert feminists. And I'll just ask you the same exact question I asked Tommy.
Because the word feminism
Hang on, let me finish the question.
Problem.
Let me finish the question. No, I'm talking about all the way back to first wave feminism. Okay, you are feminists, and I'll explain by asking you the same question. If it is men's duty in society to procure, refine, protect resources, which then women and children are the primary beneficiaries of, which they are. What societal duty, which is equal to that, do women have? What is it?
I'm not outraged. I just think that you all are fairly stupid. And everything that's being said is ridiculous. And it's just like a comedy show
You
being
think you
played
can
out by
change your sex? How can you ever call anybody stupid? How can you ever call anybody stupid?
Yeah,
You
she
think
should
you
sit
can
that
change
one
your
out.
sex?
Hey, I'm not.
So his name's Andrew Wilson, and he's crazy, man. Dude's crazy. I don't agree with what he's saying with women when it comes to men in women's sports. I think they're kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place right there. I do believe a lot of girls are coming out against this now. At first they weren't. I think they were scared to. I think they were afraid to be like cut off from the world, or a lot of these girls are in college and, who knows what their professors were saying to them or who knows what was taking place, man. But it's obvious they weren't down with it. I mean, they make it really loud and clear now, you know what I mean? And I'm not with it either. I don't think that, I don't think any men, even if it's a guy that thinks he's a girl, I don't think they should be able to compete, period, point blank. That's just my opinion. I don't hate them. I'm not against you if you want to be a transsexual at all. It's not a big deal to me. I just don't think you should be beating up girls, man. I don't think you should be taking all their awards away from them. I don't think you should, be jumping 8 feet further than they could jump or out swimming them or breaking their faces when you punch them, or breaking their faces when you hit a volleyball to their face. I mean, there's been a lot of awards taken from girls across planet Earth. I don't know the exact number. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So, I mean, come on. That's not right, man. Do you guys think that's right? What's your take on that? I mean, my take is it's wrong. You know what I mean? There should be a whole nother category for these people, man. Let them have their own little category and compete. And in all honesty, a lot of us will probably watch it. It'll probably be funny, or entertaining to see a bunch of transsexuals running around and fighting each other or doing whatever they're doing. I don't know how all that works with them, but I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, he's crazy. He's crazy. And that's right. I do got my notepad with my big ass notes right here. Some of you, if you're just listening to this on audio, I just showed my notepad with all my scribbly writings from a Sharpie because my eyesight's a little messed up these days. Unfortunately, I'm not happy about that. But on the brighter side, what do you guys think about this right here? I was scrolling through social media, just going through all the clips and shit that's on my feed, and there's some funny shit on there, man. You guys got to admit, there's some hilarious stuff. If you're listening to this on audio, that was a mom with her kids. She has 8 different baby daddies, and they're trying to basically get their mom someone or something because she's trying to show off in her tight clothes with her girdle underneath it probably. And if you probably open those clothes up, it's a lot of extra skin's going to come out really quick and a lot of stretch marks. Who knows? Or maybe I'm wrong. But I'm the kind of guy where, if you didn't give them the stretch marks, why deal with the stretch marks? I got some friends out there that love them, that love stretch marks. It actually is their thing. Don't ask me why. I never could figure that one out, but it's real. Just like I got friends out there that like big girls. I mean, I had this one friend, man, when I was younger. Every time he'd see like a 300-pound or a 200-something pound girl, he'd be like, "Ooh, look at her," and I'd be like, "Dude, what? For real?" Man, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, I don't know, man. I just some of these things I don't know what to say, but I just want to thank you for coming out, and I want to remind you that you could call in to the podcast. You can ask me questions, or you could just text me questions. I'll give you my take on it, or just give me some topics, man, that you wouldn't mind me talking about. You can hit me at 916-999-5153. That's 916-999-5153. Hit me up, or you could just go over here to sicktv.com, hit the links. It's that simple. It really is that simple. And I'm going to make sure right away that you guys can send in video footage. We are working on that. Make sure you get that done, dude. We are working on that. I thought it was already up. It's not. And I was telling people, oh, it's up. Send me in video footage. And it's not up, man. But it will be soon. But last week, I was asked a question from. We'll go back. I didn't answer the whole question. I just started it off, but we'll go ahead and just jump into it. Here
What's up, Don Rob? Just Betancourt 171. Just wondering, how did you and Bert Lynch get connected? Made sick.
So what's up, Betancourt? How you been, man? Betancourt's cool, man. He's I met him on social media before the pandemic. And he's a writer for us. He's one of our street team dudes out of Arizona, out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's very loyal to Made Sick Music. So thank you, Betancourt. We see you. We appreciate you. But to answer your question, how did Lynch and I meet? I met him through Calico 101. Again, if you watched this last week or listened to this last week, I'll just kind of start from there. Callie and I, we grew up together in Rancho Cordova, California. I am older than him. And later on in life, we reconnected after, I'll back up a little. I had a kid out of high school. And right after that, I was like, you know what? I'm disappearing from everybody. So I took off for 10 years, a decade. No one saw me. I came back 10 years later. I had a very nice house. I had some real estate, and I played my cards right. Later on in life, I became a promoter out of Sacramento, a smaller promoter though. And I had this bar on the side kind of hooked up to where I had the door and all that. But I was a promoter at a club called the Colonial, out of Sacramento. I would do events there. Artists like Karis One would perform there. I didn't do a show for him, but I would headline my people that I was executive producing or trying to put their music out. And then I would hire better acts to put underneath them to open up for them. So that's what I was known for doing. And at that time, I only fucked with hip hop. For me growing up, I grew up in a different time period where you didn't really call rap music hip hop. It was kind of separated. You know what I mean? You had East Coast hip hop, West Coast hip hop. The West Coast hip hop was like Far Side, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. You know what I mean? And then on the East Coast, you had Wu-Tang Clan and these guys and Big L, and we could just keep going. And I was more into all that. I was never into gangster rap, man. Never. I was never a big gangster rap dude. Man, underground hip hop was where I was, you know what I'm saying? And gangster rap was like the next tier for me, where I would listen to it, but it wasn't my primary music at all, So later on in life, I started to appreciate that genre of rap even more. And way back then, there wasn't a bunch of different genres. There wasn't even a lot of rappers, man. It wasn't flooded. The scene wasn't flooded like it is right now, So there was very few in between. And nobody ever wanted to sound the same. You could never sound like another rapper. You could never try to, duplicate someone else. If you did that, you weren't going nowhere, man. That's where I grew up. That's the era I grew up in, man. And it just seems like, and hopefully I don't sound like a boomer, because I'm not a boomer. But it just seems like a lot of artists these days sound the same. And it has a lot to do with how they're making their music, I believe. And they're really doing a lot of it's just being done for content. But anyhow, let's go back into the story. So I was throwing shows, and Calico 101, we rehooked back up, and he was my MC. He would host my shows for me, my hip hop events, and I was also recording music videos for him on the side. Even way back then, I was doing music videos and editing music videos, and this was before YouTube ever was invented. You know what I mean? It was kind of funny, man. Like, we would make these videos and not even know what the fuck to do with them. There was really nowhere to put your videos other than, hey, I got a video. I mean, I had a bunch of videos of myself that no one's ever seen. I never even ever put them out, and they're all pre-YouTube. And that's right, I was a wannabe rapper at one time. I quit because of the story I'm telling you right now. So, I was a promoter, a wannabe rapper, a wannabe producer, executive producer, and producer making beats. A wannabe engineer. I was doing everything on my own, man. Everything. I was one of those crazy people, man, and I still am one of them crazy people where I try to, just continuously work. I mean, if I'm not working in this realm of what we're talking about right now at this minute, then I'm working in another realm, all I do is work, man. I work ever since high school. I've been on the grind ever since high school, man. And that's just, you got to be on the grind. I mean, if you want to sleep in, good luck to you. If you want to, go out and party all the time, good luck to you. It's that simple. If you want to do a bunch of drugs or drink all the time, good luck to you and good luck to everything about you, man. You're going to fall apart. You are going to crumble. It's guaranteed. Guaranteed. You know what I mean? For sure, you're going to crumble. No ifs, ands, and buts. So anyhow, I was worried about meeting Lynch, man, because everybody I fucked with at the time and just growing up where I grew up on the east side of Sacramento in Rancho Cordova, a lot of people in Rancho Cordova thought EBK was East Side Blood Killer. They didn't know it was Everybody Killer. So, and I wasn't a blood or anything, but I lived on the east side of Sacramento in Rancho Cordova, California, and it was primarily ran by that set. And but I lived in an area called Whitlock that was ran by the Crips. The early 90s, it wasn't good to be in those type of neighborhoods, man, with what was happening. I know there's a lot of shit going down these days, but trust me, it was deep. It was deep at that time, man. But me, I never banged or anything. I mean, I was friends with everybody, man. I was friends with the Bloods, the Crips, the Russians that were just coming to town. In Rancho Cordova, we were being flooded with Russian immigrants that were coming in. And those dudes are crazy, man. They'd put on their black leather coats and run in groups of like 20, and they were known for taking cars and having their chop shops. But they were just coming in when I was growing up, man. And I mean, really, the Asians were the craziest, if you ask me. I mean, when I was growing up in Rancho Cordova, we had a place called Little Saigon, man. That was no joke. Rough spot. So, I was timid on meeting Lynch because of that. And then one day, Calico was, and I think Low Key, that was with Lynch at the time. Low Key came and visited me and Calico when we were filming a music video. And then somehow, some way, I ended up over at the studio and I got to meet Brother Lynch Hung for the first time. And at first, he was what I thought he would be the first time. You know what I mean? But at the first time I went there was like 20, 30 dudes in the studio. And then, but I got to know Funk Beta, his producer. Actually, Lynch is his own producer. A lot of people don't realize that. Funk Beta works with him and produces with him. But Lynch is an amazing producer, man. An amazing producer. That's a whole nother story for us to talk about. I mean, that dude went from not making beats for a long time, for like a decade, I think, if not longer, and jumped right back into it and made Season of the Sickness 2. And wait till you hear all the new stuff he's making right now. It's even better. Man, it's that he's a true artist. That's what it's about. And that goes back into why I stopped rapping. I stopped rapping about, I think, a month after I met Lynch, because as I got to know Funk Beta, Beta was like, hey, come over, man, see me in the studio and shit, but don't come at night. Come in the mornings, man. Come around like 9 a.m. So I'd stop in at like 9 with my cup of coffee, and I'd walk in. And it's just him and Lynch, and they'd be working, and but by doing that, I really got to become friends with both those guys, man, and really got to know both of those guys. And then, you speed up the clock a few years. Lynch started testing me with, hey, call this person and see what they're talking about, and I would do a couple phone calls or whatnot. And next thing you know, man, he asked me if I wanted to manage him. And I started managing Lynch when he was with Strange Music, in between Dinner and a Movie and Coat Hanger Strangler. That's when I came in. And it was a good time, man. And I was really hard and heavy managing him through Manable Lecter. Matter of fact, he recorded that album out of Sacramento, and then Travis called me up one day, and I won't tell you what that conversation was. It was between him and I, but Lynch knows the conversation. I've told him. Trav, just so you know, I told Lynch what you said to me. But no one else needs to know. So long story short, Lynch scrapped that record out of Sacramento, Manable Lecter. And we went to Kansas City, KCMO, to Chapman Studios. I drove him there. I drove Lynch out there, and I had to get my own hotel room for a few weeks, pay for my own hotel room for a couple weeks, and buy all my own food and all that stuff. But I made sure Lynch got out there, and we stayed there for about 2 weeks, and he recorded Manable Lecter. It was done in like 2 weeks, man. And that's not something Lynch likes to do. He doesn't like to be given this time frame of, hey, get this done. You know, here's your window of time, and here's your blocks. And I won't go any deeper into that. No one needs to know his business. If you want to learn his business, get a hold of him. He'll tell you his business. But my point of that is, I don't know. I find a lot of things interesting. It falls back into, what we were talking about earlier. But just so you guys know, I had to pay for my own hotel room. I had to pay for all my own food. I got caught up with the police 2 different times out there because they really are racist as fuck in Kansas City, actually in Missouri. That'll be another story I'll tell you guys about. I got pulled over, had a little bowl of weed, and man, they put everybody on the concrete, and it was crazy. Travis from Strange Music even pulled up. Said he can help us with them, but he couldn't help us. So, yeah, man, that's that. And, but that's how Lynch and I met. That's how we met, Betancourt. If you wanted to know, that's a story. It's a lot deeper than that, but that's how we met. I was not around during the black market days at all. I wasn't even really around during the Sick Made days. I was there towards the end of those Sick Made days, like the final, I think, 6 months of Sick Made, but I was there, and I've been here since Made Sick, since the birth of Made Sick music. Tall Can G was, right there with me the whole time. He taught me a lot. I would always go to Tall Can G for advice because, he would always kind of co-manage with Lynch. Always. And he has a lot of passion for music, and the guy knows a lot of people. He's a great networker, and he knows the ins and outs of things. And he's a straight shooter, man. He's a straight shooter. He doesn't bullshit you. Tall Can G. So, so there you go, Betancourt. And everybody, just don't forget that that's our sponsor right there. Go there. Basically, you already know what it is, but it's a platform for you. You can go there and you could look at, you can look up music. You can look up music videos, different rappers from different areas, like out of the Midwest, out of the East Coast, out of the West Coast, the Pacific Northwest. Everything's indexed and categorized. It'll tell you what city and state they're from. And if you're a rapper, you could submit your videos to Sick TV. You could submit them, and they'll get there on the platform. And there's a good store there. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and I'll see you, or you'll see me, or you'll be hearing me on my next tape.
We can live.